Well, it's a busy night for internationals around Europe. Some teams are playing friendlies, but for a few others, a lot at stake. Potential qualification for this upcoming European Championships and for these nations in question tonight is just the beginning of their ordeal. All to play for and more. This is the best of European international football here on the Coach's Corner, and as always, you are welcome. Yes, people, and the title says it all. Wales versus Finland, live from the Cardiff City Stadium in Wales, UK. One of several games being played tonight as part of the qualification playoff semi-finals, as you call it, with 6 teams, actually 12 teams rather, playing 6 semi-finals. There'll be 3 finals, of course, and the winners of those finals will join the other 21 teams that have already qualified for Euro 2024. So who will join the 24 for 2024? We will find out. And this is, of course, one of the games that we will be focusing on. Wales continuing life after Gareth Bale with a match today against Finland. Recovered from a pretty shoddy start to their qualifying campaign by recovering to make the playoffs. And, of course, they have made the playoffs by virtue of their Nations League performances. So, the winner of this clash will, of course, play the winner of the Poland-Estonia match, which is also being played tonight at the very same time. Not really a nice situation for Robert Lewandowski and his men to be facing a playoff to make the tournament, having made it a habit of qualifying for major tournaments in several years. And we will provide you updates from that match, while also providing you with several scores and updates from other matches around the subcontinent. And there is also another match being played tonight. Our host with the most and his Bafana boys will be playing against Andorra. And speaking of our host with the most, the main man or main boy is whatever you'd like to call him. Here he is now. How's it, bud? You all right?
Good day, Manny. Hope you're well. Yeah, excited for tonight. Some good football on show.
Yeah, and obviously this particular game between Wales and Finland will be interesting for you because the Finland coach happens to be one Stuart Baxter, who had a stint coaching Bafana. Now, from all accounts I'm getting of him, he wasn't exactly a very likable or a popular or very easygoing character. How would you rate his tenure as coach of your team?
I don't really know much about him. But yeah, I can't really say much about him and how he um and how he did as assistant of us.
Well, I think that will be starting a bit later. By that time, the first half of this match will be over, so you'll probably take it to the end. But we will check some of the comments right now. We got AFC always in the building or in the gaffers. Our good mate Del Boy Gunner would say, big up to you, mate. Not very happy, of course, with the news that Bukayo Saka has withdrawn from the England squad with a suspected injury. I only hope and pray that he will be fit to play against Manchester City. But once again, if he breaks down late this season, then it's all Arteta's fault, no doubt about it. Chelsea fan in the building who will be quite pleased to hear of Arsenal struggles. Big up and pleasantries being exchanged. Thanks for following each other on Twitter. And AFC always saying there's no point in these international games as we're in the business end of the season. For me, I would say that these games will help run the rule of which players should be going to the championships. But I do get what you're saying, and I do understand why a lot of people do not like international football very much. And big up to Hanno, and keep hitting at the like button. And obviously, when it comes to international football, not everyone is going to be like me with regard to enjoying international football a great deal. But we are getting live pictures from the Cardiff City Stadium, and kickoff will be in 10 minutes. So with your permission, I will now take the liberty of sharing the team news for Wales against Finland. And if I do stand up suddenly, it's because the national anthems are being played. Now, of course, the biggest story coming out from Wales is that Ethan Ampadu, wearing the number 15 shirt, has become the youngest Wales player to earn 50 caps tonight. And he will be starting as part of what looks like a 3-4-2-1, which could morph into a basic 4-4-2 with possibly David Brooks and Brennan Johnson up front. So, in the absence of Aaron Ramsey, who is, of course, on the bench, and it will be Ben Davies of Tottenham Hotspur who captains the team tonight. It will be Chris Mepham, Joe Roden, and Connor Roberts. Roberts, of course, being used as more of a right wing back with Neco Williams of Nottingham Forest as a left wing back. Ampadu and Jordan James in the middle of that midfield with Brooks and Harry Wilson of Fulham, of course, as the double attacking midfield pivot behind Brennan Johnson. Wayne Hennessy joining Aaron Ramsey on the bench. And Hennessy, of course, probably the oldest, most experienced player in this team. Could be said that his international career may very well be coming to an end. But with several retirements having taken place, he sees his role as more of the elder statesman, while this chap, Danny Ward, ends up playing. I don't rate Danny Ward personally, but there's something about him. Whenever he plays for Wales, he turns into Superman. And Wales are in a rather poor situation where all four of Wales's goalkeepers that have been picked for their Euro 2024 playoff games are out of favour with their clubs. And it's not a nice situation when you have all of your goalkeepers not playing. You need to at least have them playing. I wonder if reserve team football will be enough for them in some cases. I don't think Ward's played too often for Leicester this season. In fact, he was on the bench at Stamford Bridge when your lot beat them beat them in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Hanno, are you there? I think he's gone to get something, but obviously not an ideal situation for Wales to be in with regard to goalkeepers. But Ward has a tendency to really raise his game whenever he plays for Wales. Now we come to Finland, of course. And one name to look out for is the goalkeeper, Lukas Hradecki, who is captaining Finland and also Bayer Leverkusen's number one, as they are going through a dominant season in the Bundesliga right now. At right back will be Nikolai Alio, with Miro Tenyo and Robert Ivanov, the centre backs, and Matti Peltola, the left back, wearing number 2. Should be reserved for a right back, I know. Three-man midfield. I think the formation seems to be getting updated as it is. So, according to the BBC, we might have a three-man midfield with Glenn Kamara, Rasmus Schuler, and Joel Pojanpalo on the left. And, of course, another name to watch out for is Norwich City's finest, Teemu Pukki, Finland's record goal scorer. Robin Lod and Daniel Hakans are the two wingers alongside him. And we got some names on the bench, of course. Most of them ending in N. Jesse Joronen is one name to look out for. I think he might be a reserve goalkeeper. And fair to say that Finland are looking to upset the apple cart here. But, you know, when you play on Wales's home turf, it is a cauldron, as the Ukraine found out when they played their World Cup playoff match there. Of course, Wayne Hennessy, who was the hero of that match with 9 saves and went on to start in the World Cup, ended up having a torrid tournament, did well against England in the first game, keeping a clean sheet, but then got sent off against Iran. And his replacement, Danny Ward, didn't do any better at all, conceding 5 goals in the 100-odd minutes he played in the tournament. But clearly Robert Page sees something in Ward that he likes. And we see Ben Davies and Danny Ward walking up. And obviously a lot of these players will be hoping to, put club football to one side and focus on the dream of getting their country further in terms of qualifying for Europe, qualifying for the championships. And this is where we stand, of course. The winner of this clash will play against Poland and Estonia, and we will provide updates from that game. And we see the players in the tunnel right now. And very soon, they will be walking out to the field, and the anthems will be played. And as is custom, the visiting anthem will be played first. So when it's being played, I do always stand up and respect the anthems, even if I don't put my hand on my heart. For some of them, I will always respect them, and the stream will also be silent. A couple more comments. Chelsea fan going for a 2-1 win for Wales, and also predicting that South Africa should easily beat Andorra. I'm not too sure why that's even a consideration, really. But we see Hradecki over there, who's having a magnificent season with Bayer Leverkusen, and is also captaining Finland tonight. So he will be expected to take the team further. Ben Davies, of course, of Tottenham Hotspur. Of course, whenever it comes to international football, club tribalities, as it were, go out the window for me, as far as I'm concerned. Now, of course, with Ben White having made himself unavailable for England, I will speak about that on Saturday when we do a watch along to England against Brazil, and also Bukayo Saka not there. I don't think we've got a single Arsenal player in the squad. Maybe Eddie Nketiah, I don't know. I will have to look that up, but that's a story for another day. It is time for the national anthems, and we will be starting with the Finnish national anthem. Maamme, I hope I got it right, but I'll mute the screen and stand up. Seldom a greater sight than seeing teams and supporters joining in to sing the national anthem. And the best part about the Welsh one is that after a musical cue, there's no need for backup music or singers. The red wall joins in, as it has become the case with Scotland as they've experienced the joy of qualifying for major tournaments again after a long time. So confirmation that it is going to be a 4-4-2 with David Brooks and Brennan Johnson up front, Robert, Ampadu Wilson, and James in that four-man midfield. And the four-man defense, of course, with Ben Davies and Chris Mepham in the middle, and Danny Ward in goal. And on the bench, as you were. Jordan James, I should say. I want to make sure I get that name right. And we've got a familiar face refereeing the game tonight. We'll find out who it is. Istvan Kovac from Romania with a Hungarian name. Marinescu and Artene are his assistants, and I just couldn't get the VAR people, but I'm sorry that it flashed so quickly I couldn't get it. Davies and Hradecky up, and the toss. And Wales have won the toss and have opted to play from the left side of the screen, so I believe Finland will be kicking off. And speaking of Finland, confirmation, of course, of their lineup, a 4-3-3. Pukki, Lod, and Hakans up front. Schuler, Kamara, and Pojanpalo are the midfielders with the four-man back four. And Hradecky, of course, captaining the team. And I was right, Joronen is one of the goalkeepers along with Sinisalo of Aston Villa, believe it or not. And speaking of Aston Villa, the other reserve goalkeeper, Robin Olsen, should be playing for Sweden against Portugal tonight. And facts and stats, this will be Wales' 16th meeting with Finland in all competitions. And in their past 4 meetings, Wales are unbeaten. But Wales have never won a European Championship playoff match, so this could be the first time to do it. And so we are about to kick off. I do believe that is... want to make sure I get the... They've just kicked off right now, so I'll prepare the banners in a minute. But Finland, obviously, now in with an attempt to try to get the game started. But Wales win a free kick, and Wales are responding immediately. It is the number 8, Lod, who actually kicked things off. And in the first 20-odd seconds, we've seen Wales win a free kick. And Wales are going to play from the back as they normally would. And it's sent forward. And the other games have just started. It is goalless between Poland and Estonia. Bosnia and the Ukraine are playing along with Israel and Iceland together. There was an earlier kickoff today. I will talk about that later. And Greece and Kazakhstan are also currently goalless at this moment in time. And Wales trying to send it forward, but nobody really on the end of that. And it will be interesting, of course, to see what Wales' options, attacking options are, because they've obviously opted to start with Brooks and Johnson up front, but they do have Kiefer Moore, obviously the Cherries, the Bournemouth attacker, who is, of course, on loan on Ipswich. So the Cherry has turned into a tractor boy temporarily. And he could very well end up sending Ipswich back to the Premiership. And we've got Hanno with us. So, are you watching the game right now?
Yeah, I've got the game on
and now. What's your time at the moment, bud?
1 minute 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 40.
So you're 5 seconds behind me. So I hope you don't mind with the commentary I'm doing right now. That should be perfect anyway. And so at the moment it is back with Wales, and they are going to try and take it forward. It is with Ampadu now, the 50 cap man tonight. Davies trying to take it forward.
I think it, Felix, if in the UK it should be on.
And Wales with a wonderful opportunity to attack. Wilson saved by Hradecky, and Wales are 1-0 up. And it's David Brooks, also from Bournemouth. He was struggling with cancer for quite a few months, and we didn't know if he would ever be able to come back and play again. But to see him back, thriving at Bournemouth, and now potentially sending Wales on their way to a final against most likely Poland, the stuff of dreams. Terrific work down the left side. Neko Williams, pretty much the architect of that. The Poland defense at 6s and 7s. Nobody marking. Nobody watching Brooks, really. It was Johnson, in fact, who had the shot. Not Johnson. It was Wilson from Fulham who had the shot. Hradecky with the save, but nobody there to pick up David Brooks. And David, of course, is the patron saint of Wales. It could very well be that Saint David has sent them on their way. What do you think of that goal, Hanno?
Well worked goal. And it's Poacher's finish really. Be there at the right time. Um, right place, right time. Just what you want from your striker.
Yep. And Wilson is also quite quick and has the ability to really run well. We've seen that from his time at Fulham this season. And Finland are now coming on the attack right now, and they're looking to bounce back as quickly as they can. And it is now with the number 11, Schuler, who passes it to Ivanov. Back to Schuler. Back to Ivanov. And with no other option, he passes it back to Hradecki. Alio. And nobody really on the end of that. And the worst part about conceding so early is that Finland now have got to try to regain their shape, but also try and make sure they get in on the attack ASAP. And a lot will be expected of Timo Pukki, but as you can expect, he hasn't really gotten the sniff as of yet. Ampadu. Mepham. And Brooks is dispossessed. And not taking any chances, Mepham concedes a throw. 2 goals in 6 matches for the Bournemouth striker. And Andoni Areola, if you are watching this, you need to start playing him a little bit more for your team. Ivanov passing it back to Hradecki. And I was actually talking earlier, Hanno, about the fact that all 4 Welsh goalkeepers in the squad picked by Robert Page are out of favour with their clubs, hardly getting any game time. Ward has been frozen out at Leicester. Hennessy's been frozen out at Nottingham Forest. And the less said about the other 2, the better. Not an ideal situation when your goalkeepers don't get too much game time, is it?
Yeah, it's not ideal, but it is what it is, really. And they are still professional, so they should be able to adapt really quickly to the situations. Like if you know you're going to start for Wales, then you know you need to be focused, and then try use that as a platform to get back into your club team's starting 11.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I mean, there was a situation where your long-time first-choice goalkeeper, Itamer Khune, was also not in the team at the Kaiser Chiefs, and that also cost him his spot with the Bafana team for quite a long time. Now, of course, he's no longer playing. That spot has been usurped by Ronwen Williams. So I'm sure you wouldn't want a situation where he'd not be getting game time at his club if it meant that he might not end up playing for the national team.
Yeah, true. And it would definitely hurt us, but yeah, luckily that's not the case because it would be definitely a big headache.
Yeah. At the moment, Finland are just trying to build themselves from the back, but they seem to have been caught cold tonight, and so the prospect of coming up against very nearly a problem there, but Connor Roberts heading it back to his goalkeeper and avoiding any real problems there. Robert Page, obviously trying to build on the legacy left by Chris Coleman, who steered Wales to the semi-finals of Euro 2016. And of course, while England literally disgraced themselves against Iceland, Wales literally went on to do really well. And I stand corrected. The Finland coach is a gentleman named Markku Kunerva, who almost looks like a clash between Steve McLaren and Bobby Charlton in a way, if that makes any sense to some of our older members. So I do stand corrected, and I apologize. But as it is, we are covering Wales against Finland tonight, and Wales hoping to become the 3rd side from the British Isles to be joining Scotland and England in the main tournament proper. Winning tonight at Cardiff will be a huge, huge boost for that. But even if they win tonight, coming up against Robert Lewandowski and company, if they beat Estonia, will not be easy. And I can tell you that there has been a goal in Athens between Greece and Kazakhstan. A 9th-minute penalty from Bakasetas has put Greece 1-0 up. So they are on their way. Odysseus Vlachodimos, also a Nottingham Forest keeper, and also not in the squad these days, with Matt Sells and Matt Turner being preferred. But potential problems here in the Welsh penalty area. And how exactly, how did Hakans miss from there? Daniel Hakans had the opportunity to tie things up. Jordan James getting himself into a knot, and the Lod sending it forward, and it was there on a plate. I suppose with Mepham coming into block, he might have been unsighted, but still, you have got to try to hit the target from there.
It's an awful mess. It's an awful mess. You have to test the goalkeeper from so close. Awful mess.
As I said, the mitigating factors were that Ben Mepham was running in, and I'm pretty certain the Ward would have had it covered. But still, you've got to try and hit the target. A natural striker would have taken it beyond the goalkeeper and slotted it home. But it is what it is. And coming up to the 10th minute mark, Wales and Finland are... Oops, my bad. I forgot to save this. Wales 1, Finland 0. David Brooks in the 3rd minute. And Finland are still trying to get out of their area as we cross the 10-minute mark right now. And it is Ivanov right now, and we've already got some comments in. You might... we seem to have...
Ollie says, get in Wales. For Wales fan, rugby related and second team in football internationally is of course Wales. As you all know, just want to say, how do you miss that? Yeah, at least get it on target, really. So yeah.
And we've got some more pleasantries going on as Finland are trying to move forward. And
come on, Finland.
You really don't like the British Isles, do you, Hanno?
I just like Finland, small country, underdogs. Would love to see them qualify.
Well, I'm old enough to remember Finland from days gone by when they had the likes of Jari Litmanen playing for them. And, of course, some other players include, I don't know if the linesman's flag is down, but obviously Pukki there with a shot. Ooh. Harmless, really, never going to trouble Danny Ward. And, no, he actually timed his run perfectly, did the Norwich City striker. So I think it's fair to say, though, that a chance here for Wales to possibly go 2-0 ahead. But Hradecki coming up big and... claims for a penalty, obviously, but the referee waving that away. And it's all happening for Wales at the moment. Finland are at 6s and 7s, and I think the linesman has raised his flag anyway. So it's blink and you miss it, but yeah, Wilson over there just timing it all wrong, just going a little bit too early. That pass from Brooks was brilliant, but Wilson had to time it better. And... actually, I think it was Brooks who was, it was Brooks actually who was sent tumbling. And hopefully for Robert Page and company, it will not be serious. But Wales so far having the most of the opening exchanges, and they're looking the most likely winners. What say you, Poet?
Yeah, they're looking the more dominant team right now. So yeah, let's see what happens.
Finland now trying to move forward, and that is out to Lod, who gets it into the penalty area, but some pretty poor ball control sees Wales get through that immediately. And Neko Williams ends up winning a throw off Nikolai Alyo, the right back, who overlapped. Just about to have a drink. This is Predator energy drink, non-alcoholic. I do not condone drinking or smoking on this channel. And Finland still trying to find their bearings. And I was saying earlier before you came on, Hanno, that one of the best things about watching international football is seeing the players and fans join in singing the national anthem. With Wales and Scotland, they don't even need a musical cue. They just join in and they sing their hearts out. The last time England did that, to my memory, was when it was the semi-finals of Euro 96, England against Germany. Everybody was loudly singing, and it was a wonderful time. Oh, how times have changed. Finland having much more possession, but, nothing to show for it. And Wales looking much the sharper team, definitely on the counter. A replay of that goal. Wilson with the shot, and nobody picking up David Brooks there. Poor defending, really, from the Finns. And it looks as though the Finns could be finished unless they get their act together. But Hanno, I don't know if you've had the pleasure of going to watch the Springboks or Bafana play, but whenever Nkosi Sikeleli Africa has played, how would you describe the atmosphere if you've been there or if you watch it on TV, most likely?
I've gone to a few Springbok games of late, so when it's a full packed stadium, it's something it's something you have to experience because it looks beautiful and it sounds beautiful. Yeah, you have to experience a full stadium all sing one song and no interruption, no nothing.
No musical cues necessary, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Or musical accompaniments. And of course, that is the only national anthem to be sung in 4 languages. Shona, Ndebele, Afrikaans, and English. While the Welsh one is sung entirely in Welsh. And we have a Welsh attack coming up here. Mepham passing it out to Connor Roberts on the right. And finds Harry Brooks, who has been magnificent tonight so far, but camera cuts him off. Not exactly candid camera, but whatever. For Jean Palo, if I pronounce that correctly. And it's now Hakans, who had that awful miss earlier on, down the left, but Jordan James seems to have his number. And this is where Wales have been very effective by making sure that they press very well with their defense. So defensively, they're always very strong with their double or triple teaming of attackers, and that leads to them being a very effective counter-attacking side. Peltola. Camera. Peltola, I should say. Camera to Hakans, back to camera. Ivanov. Chipping it forward, hoping to catch, I think the Welsh players were hoping to catch Pukki offside, but inevitably Wales do have the ball. And a potential counter-attack, well stopped by Peltola, and Finland can now try to break away.
Let's see.
Foul. And Greece have now increased their lead to 2-0. And I will let you know who the scorers are. Pelkas on 15 minutes. So just a couple of minutes ago. And Greece looking well set to qualify for their playoff final, where in all likelihood they will play against Greece. Goalless in the other 2 games between Bosnia and Ukraine and Israel and Iceland in the other set. And Wales's potential final opponents are locked in a goalless draw over in Poland. But an attack down the left. Neco Williams. Impressive for Wales so far, despite his own Premiership struggles. And hoping to find Connor Roberts, but this time the Finland defense cut him off. And foul on Teemu Pukki there, and that will be a finish free kick. Jordan James there, the guilty party. Istvan Kovac there, the Hungarian-Romanian referee trying to restore order. Not the best of fouls for the number 17 from Wales. Hard not to recognise Teemu Pukki with that close-cropped haircut and his beard. In fact, I'd say he almost looks like a dead ringer for British bodybuilder James Hollingshead. Not too sure people will know who he is, but those who do might understand what I'm talking about. Ivanov. Pukki. It finds its way back to Ivanov via Shula. And Alia hoping to send that forward, but nobody there on the right wing, and that should be cleared away fairly easily. But Wales somehow can see the throw. A bit of hasty play there. I think it's fair to say that Neko Williams at left back pretty much misjudged that pass back to him. So Finland have a chance to break, but they're going to have to start building from the back again. Ivanov to Peltola. And Ivanov has to be careful, but he had Harry Wilson on him like a red rash there, but Ivanov stood up strong and pretty much Skoha pretty much calmed the danger. And speaking of danger, it's Hakans now down the left up against Connor Roberts. Connor Roberts able to play at both right back and right wing back, and it is in fact Roberts who concedes a corner. I do believe that is the first corner of the game. And so just when you thought that Finland were pretty much in trouble, they find a way to somehow get into the game. And we've just clocked 20 minutes. It is still Wales 1, Finland 0. So we'll see what happens from this corner. A lot of people there up in attack for Finland. Pukki, Pohjanpalo. And this corner will be taken left-footed by Lod, hoping to swing it out and find a man, but swung a bit too far and away from his teammates. But Finland do still have the ball. It's with Shula now, the number 11. And in fact, the number 2, Peltola, was fouled by Brennan Johnson, and that will be a Finnish free kick. Another reminder, do like the video, do subscribe if you're new, and thank you for joining us tonight. Or diolch, as they would say in Welsh. So this free kick to be taken, I believe. Well, it looked as though it was a bait and switch there. Ended up being taken by, I'm assuming, was the centre-back. It was actually Lod who took that. And Lod now conceding a free kick. And he will be booked for his troubles too. Poor challenge there on Neko Williams, and Finland in all sorts of trouble at the moment. I know there is still quite a long time for them to get back into the game, but so far they haven't had any fluency. They've been caught cold by that early goal. And you just know that Wales, with their counter-attacking strength, will certainly look to try to punish their defence. And you were saying?
Definitely, they will look to punish them on the counter-attack Wales. I think if Finland do get a goal, this game becomes really, it becomes a totally different game than what it is right now. Steven saying, "Come on, Finland, yeah." Backing
I take
Finland
it that I take it Stepsy's not a big fan of the Welsh either.
If I say what they will say, I might get into big trouble if I use what they refer to Wales as.
Well, I think it's fair to say that we are not going to allow any bigoted comments on this channel, so it will remain unsaid, and we shall leave it at that. Camera. Trying to send it forward. Finds Alio, the right back. Back to Shula. Peltola, the left back. And Finland, of course, content to patiently build and try and draw the Welsh towards them and then maybe sap their energy a little bit. Wales's players, surprisingly, look very, very fit and very sharp. But if they're forced to run around, as Iran made them do in the World Cup game, then they could possibly be weakened. And a brave header there. And Shula ends up winning the ball back. Camera. And Glenn Camera is a name I've certainly heard somewhere before. No relation to Chris Camera. And a sharp header back by Connor Roberts, which Danny Ward eventually prevents from going out for a corner. And he is currently with Leeds United. A lot of personalities watching tonight. Looks like John Amechi there, former NBA star. And in fact, Glenn Camera is a former Arsenal youth player who was with us, with our youth team from 2012 to 2015, and in the first team from 2015 to 2017, but only made one appearance in the League Cup and then went on to Southend United, Colchester United, and had very long spells with Dundee, productive spells with Dundee and Rangers in Scotland before moving to Yorkshire and Leeds United. 58 caps for the 28-year-old midfielder.
And there's been a goal. Poland have taken the lead against Estonia.
Yep, they have indeed taken the lead, and it's the number 19, Frankowski, who's put them ahead.
As well as Portugal. I've taken a 1-0 lead. Rafael Leao has put Portugal in front against the Swedes.
Yeah, speaking of that, my good friend Northside LDN is doing a watch-along for the Portugal-Sweden game. So if you're interested in hearing about Cristiano Ronaldo and his team's so-called struggles, go ahead and join in there. And very much a second team put out by Bobby Martinez tonight against the Swedes. And an interesting person playing for Sweden is, of course, Robin Olsen, the Aston Villa backup goalkeeper for Emi Martinez. And Victor Gyökeres is starting for Sweden. Apparently, Arsenal are interested in him. Go figure. At the moment, Finland are on the attack now. It is in the penalty area, but Williams is sticking to Pukki like glue. But it is with Lod now, and this is how good the Welsh defence is. And Hakan again with a poor miss. And I believe that was Pojan Palo who had the shot there, but it ended up, hitting a red wall. Not that red wall, but a certain red wall on the field, rather. And they're getting into good positions and finding their way into the box. But Connor Roberts there, the number 14, pretty much taking the sting out of that with his legs and ensuring that Danny Ward had no issues. So this is where Finland can be dangerous, Hanno. Obviously, if they build patiently, they can cause problems. But as I say that, Wales on the counter. It is David Brooks, the goal scorer now, on the left. And a more hopeful pass than anything. Nobody really on the end of that. Trying to sort of slip it through the defender's legs, but nobody was fast enough from the Wales side to get onto that. But we know how strong Wales are on the counter. But I tell you what, this Finland team are not to be sniffed at when it comes to their own attacking skills from the looks of it. What say you?
No, definitely. It shouldn't be overlooked. And they've got into dangerous positions at times. They're just struggling to get that final pass, final ball, really. And we see Wales again on the attack. Shot. Ooh, it's a side netting.
Yeah, and
as well, a red card for Estonia.
So it will be Wales against Poland, but obviously that was Brennan Johnson there shaking off Ivanov there as if he were, a paperweight. And the shot which he took, I do believe it took a deflection and hit the side. No, it didn't. It went straight into the side netting, no deflection. So that was a goal kick. Wales, of course, are strong on the counter, and I think if I were the Finnish manager, who is not Stuart Baxter, I stand corrected, I do believe he's managing Iceland instead, I would be looking to try to strengthen the defence and maybe pack the midfield, leaving 2 up front, because it seems to me that the strategy of the 3 up front isn't really working very well. I think Hakans has looked really profligate, so it could very well be, as Danny Ward rushes out to clear that and clear that very effectively indeed. It could very well be that Finland might start to pack their midfield in the hope that their defence can be better protected, because at the moment Wales seem to be, tearing Finland apart on the counter, and it's not a good look for the Scandinavians. Hannah?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I still think there's lots of time left. It's only 1-0, so lots of time to grab a goal.
Meppel, of course, taking that free kick, and that's Rodon, who passes it all the way to standard captain Ben Davies. Back to Rodon. And back to Mepham, who finds David Brooks. And now Jordan James sending it forward, and Alo concedes a throw in a very dangerous position for Finland. But Neko Williams ends up throwing it back, and that takes a bit of the sting out of that. But James can send that forward. Well, he does send it forward, but nobody really on the end of that, and it's more of a P-roller going all the way to Lucas Radecki. Rolls it out to Ivanov. And we've already crossed a half hour. It's still Wales 1, Finland 0. And I want to thank you for that update, of course, because
Israel 1-0 up against Iceland. Thank you, there, Chelsea fan, for that one. Wow.
Yep, Zahavi with a 31st minute penalty there. So the goal's coming as they are. Aaron Zahavi with the penalty kick against an Iceland team that shocked the world in 2016 and, of course, qualified for the subsequent World Cup 2 years later, but since then have found sporting success hard to come by. Roberts now receiving that ball, passing it to Brooks, who now receives another pass from him and tries to go down, but Hakans is there to pretty much stop him in his tracks. And Harry Wilson's not happy with the decision. Schuler doing really well to win a corner off the Wales midfielder, but some great play down the right. The interplay between Roberts and Brooks has been really good so far. And this is where Finland can very well be overwhelmed, and that the anatomical weakness of their midfield has sort of been, brought to bear, really, which is why I've said that it would be better if they take off one of their attackers and bring on a midfielder for the second half. But as you've said, there is still time, and Finland have found ways into the Wales defence, but have just lacked that quality in that final third. We'll see what happens now with Hakans on the ball, passing it back to Peltola. It is with Schuler now, who tries to, it doesn't do very much, but passes back to Ivanov. But Peltola receives a return pass from Lod, but can't send it through. And Jordan James has an easy-looking back pass to Danny Ward, who has to be a bit careful because Pojanpalo was coming at him there. But Wales look exceptionally sharp right now at the moment, despite the sea of defenders at the back. Gaps being left. Wilson with a possible strike. And Radecki easily palming that away. Ooh. And he ends up conceding a throw with Brennan Johnson happy to let that go out. And you can see the defense at 6s and 7s. Space is being left. You do not want to do that, do you, Hanno?
Definitely not. And see there, I think if Johnson touched that, it would have been flagged for offside. So good that he didn't touch it. Good awareness from him. Wales.
And now Pokey wins that ball back, but Ben Davies there, the stand-in captain, standing up tall.
Wales
And
looking
he sends that long, but too long.
bit more confident on attack. Wales looking ever so confident.
Camera passing it to Ivanov. And Tenyo sends that down. And Alio did overlap, but Lod wasn't able to find an attacker. And Neko Williams doing some excellent defensive work. Still in the Wales half now, but Ward has the situation perfectly under control. Mepham now. Back to Ward. Davies, back to Ward.
Keeping the ball really well. And actually, it's 2-0. Matheus Nunes makes it 2-0 for Portugal.
I'm sure my friend Northside will be happy with that. But, a dreadful giveaway there from Chris Mepham. And Pookie has the ball, but the Welsh defence is back well. A chance there for a shot from Bojan Palo. But does Pookie keep that in play? No, he doesn't. It was deflected really off one of the defenders. And Mepham offering some sheepish apologies there. But again, Finland's lack of quality in the final third has cost them. And it could cost them even further now. A chance for Brendan Johnson to get in on the act. And the referee awards a free kick.
Oh, free kick for that.
We'll take a look at it, Hanno. It might not be as soft as you think it is. Tenyo there. And a rather cynical push there. And I think the closer you get to... Yeah, that wasn't really a fair challenge at all. You can get away with that in rugby, but not football. Not soccer. And we're going to see who might take this free kick as we come up to 9 minutes left in the half, plus any stoppages that might have occurred. I do believe there might be 1 or 2 minutes added on. Radecki organising his wall.
Wales can take the lead now. It's a massive boost for them.
There are 4 people sort of in a huddle over the free kick. I see, well, Johnson's going towards the wall. Ampadu follows him. And it looks as though it will be Wilson. And could it be... Williams? Well, Williams is left-footed. Wilson's more right-footed. So we're going to find out who takes this one, but should be good.
Should be Williams really taking this one.
But looks as though... Actually, Williams is right-footed, not left-footed. I stand corrected. Harry Wilson looks to be left-footed. It could be him. And Ethan Ampadu, of course, a historic night for the number 15. Standing next to Rasmus Schüler in the Finnish wall. It is... Oh, what a strike! Neko Williams, take a bow. What a strike.
It's on the thumbnail for a reason. Neko Williams, take a bow, son. Take a bow. No Gareth Bale, no problem for Wales as they get ever closer to qualifying for Euro 2024. Oh,
it looks better. It gets better every time you see it. I think Excellent play there from Wilson to sort of move the ball away so that Williams could get it on his right foot. Low, hard, rising just high enough to make sure it gets into the goal. No chance for Hradecki, and Wales are in dreamland. And you can see they're celebrating, and Ivanov trying to rouse his man. Confirmation there. Wales 2, Finland 0. David Brooks on 3 minutes and Neco Williams on 38 minutes. And so Finland have got a lot of work to do. Otherwise, their campaign will very well be finished. Camera. You're going to get that, a lot of that from me tonight. And Hakan's there conceding the throw. 2 goals in 9 matches. And
oh, we've got another goal. It's an equaliser from Iceland.
Nice. Iceland, of course, nowhere near the same team that humiliated England at Euro 2016 and went on to further impress at the 2018 World Cup, but they're certainly fighting their way back, as Finland should look to do. But at the moment, Wales are all over them like a red rash. Jordan James passing it back to Chris Mepham.
Jeez.
And Wales are able to play fairly casually with that now. Roberts passing it back to Ben Davies. Actually, that was Joe Roden, not Ben Davies. I'm sorry about that. Ampadu receives the ball. And that is Ben Davies, who tries to send it forward with Williams overlapping. Johnson running onto that, but couldn't quite keep it in play, and that will be a goal kick.
Yeah, 1-1 chest vent, 1-1.
Hakans.
Don't.
Schuler, Lod, and that is Arlo, who's overlapped up against Neco Williams and hoping to find Lod, which he does, but some excellent Welsh defending means that will be a Wales goal kick. Finland have just not looked at the races tonight, while Wales have been focused, sharp and determined. And this free kick, it really is a mark of genius. Harry Wilson there with that setup, taking it away from the Finnish wall, giving Williams a bigger target at which to shoot. And Neco Williams saying, Diolch. Wales are dreaming. And for the Finns, they're not flying tonight. Alio and Lod standing over this free kick. Sending it forward into the penalty area. And that is headed back in, but Wales should be able to clear that quite easily. Can Finland win back the ball, though? No, they can't. Once again, some poor footwork lets them down, but they do manage to get it back. Peltola sent tumbling by Johnson, and that will be a Finnish free kick. And Johnson there catching Peltola on the ankle. And Kovac signaling that was indeed a piece of unfair play. Lord sending it into the penalty area. Easy catch for Danny Ward. No real drama there. I think the Finns just really don't look to They just don't look too confident. They don't look fluent. And Pukki now forced to running at the goalkeeper, obviously. Ampadu trying to start something, and he does, in fact, burst through that midfield magnificently on his 50th cap. But not the best pass, but Wilson should be able to get that. Brooks now, and that shot was nothing like his shot for the opening goal. High and ugly. You're not playing rugby, mate. This is football. And he knows just how poor a shot that was. And so we're coming up to 1 minute left in normal time, plus stoppages to be added on. So obviously Wales should keep doing what they're doing, but is there any hope for Finland, Hanno? What do you think they should do tactically?
I don't know. I think maybe get an extra body in midfield. I think.
Yeah.
Pukki! Come on! Timo Pukki. Finland take the lead. No, sorry. Get one back. But speaking of taking the lead, Iceland have taken the lead against Israel.
Well, I'm not sure. They might possibly be checking that for a possible offside, but I think Pukki and company broke that trap brilliantly. But for once, the Welsh defense getting into a bit of a tangle, and Pukki getting the ball on his left foot, slotting it right there past Danny Ward, who was sent the wrong way, hoping to get a foot on that, the Leicester City third-choice goalkeeper, but not able to. And just when we were saying that Wales might be in trouble, well, they are checking it for a possible offside, though. It could very well be that they've sprung the trap because unless they use the lines, which are being used right now these days, I'm not too sure they can determine it. Ooh, this could be tight, and it could be that this goal may very well be chalked off.
Check is complete.
Okay, so it is Wales 2, Finland 1. And we are into stoppage time. 2 minutes are being played, of which 40 seconds have been played. And, well, just when we were beginning to do a post-mortem of the Finnish team, they come up and surprise us, don't they?
Yeah, and 2-1. They say 2-0 is dangerous scoreline, but 2-1 is more dangerous.
Yeah, and the chat line actually confirming that Roden's back heel was playing Pukki on side. So well done to Pukki and company for breaking that offside trap. And Danny Ward really could perhaps have done a little bit better. And Finland are now imperious, but that ball was a bit too far for Hakans to reach. And with 30 seconds to go, so obviously that goal has probably silenced the crowd momentarily, although they should find their voice very soon. But this goal could very well have given Finland a lifeline. And so how do they improve on their first half showing? What changes do you think they should make?
Yeah, like I said, I just think someone extra, maybe up front or in midfield, just to help out the press for Finland, just to try and win the ball more.
It's blink and you miss it. That Finnish goal was blink and you miss it. Half time at the Cardiff City Stadium. It is Wales 2, Finland 1. Brooks and Neco Williams putting Wales into dreamland, but Timo Pukki breaking the offside trap and stealing his way through to pinch back a goal, giving the Scandinavians a lifeline. And all to play for here. Finland are back in it. Wales need to watch out. And should be, I think we got the ticker on right now. So, I think you might want to update that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, 3-0 Portugal, 0-0, 2-1 Iceland, 1-0 Poland, and then, of course, this game 2-1 to Wales. Portugal 3-0 up at half time.
And
So yeah.
Greece have literally pummeled Kazakhstan into submission. They've taken a 4-0 lead with Ioannidis on the 37th minute and Kourbelis on 14 minutes, literally blowing Kazakhstan away. So Greece are themselves effectively one match away from booking their spot in the main draw for Euro 2024. But there are some more games which are a bit tight. Poland, of course, despite being a man up and a goal up, only a goal up, of course. Paskotski, of course, receiving 2 yellows and a subsequent red on the 27th minute after Przemysław Frankowski put Poland 1-0 up. Goalless between Bosnia and the Ukraine. And Real Madrid goalkeeper Andriy Lunin starting for the Ukraine ahead of Georgy Bushkan and Anatoly Trubin. Zinchenko in the midfield where he belongs, not at left back. You Spanish fraud, Arteta. And Mikhailo Mudryk as well on the left side. Interesting to see how well he plays tonight. And of course, I did mention that Bukayo Saka has withdrawn from the England squad. No doubt because he's been overplayed by Arteta. Is the fraud Teta name justified, Hanno?
Of course it is. One trophy in 4 years, spent over £400 million. Yeah, if you ask me, that's fraudulent behaviour. Eric Ten Hag in his first season done what won as many trophies as Arteta did. We'll see what happens in the FA Cup, but maybe Poch also does that. Maybe does that. Also wants the FA Cup in his first season. With his squad though, not with someone else's squad, Emery's squad. Yeah. He might finish below 8th, but you can cut him some slack. Well, Arteta finished 8th, 8th twice, and then 6th, and then for second. But who cares about that? But yeah,
speaking
we,
of Emery,
we don't count that half season. Also, yeah, well, us fans can't count that half season.
I can understand the sour
with
grapes.
the position of 8th.
I can understand the sour grapes, given that it was your Chelsea team that we beat in the final.
No.
But speaking of Emery,
one thing also fans like to do is Arteta's first 6 months. That season, of course, also finished 8th. They don't count the 8th place. They don't count that as part of his years he's been in charge. They don't count that. They just count the FA Cup he won.
Absolutely. I mean, I haven't lost sight of the 8th place, of course. And after the FA Cup in his first 2 seasons, his first full season, he was so awful. I wanted him gone. And you can't hail the FA Cup and forget the 8th place, especially given that you ended up getting rid of several of the players who won you that trophy in the first place. You absolute fraud. En la basura, as a certain Spanish-based YouTuber would say, but I'm going to have a go at him very soon. Watch this space. But, so great call picking this game, Hanno. Wales against Finland, a lot of thrills and spills. But is it time to start between Andorra and Bafana?
I'm going to bring up the lineups now. I just want to bring up the scoreboard. So let me share the screen. Of course, this game is one of two friendlies we will be playing in Algeria. Of course, the next one is on Tuesday against Algeria. Um, so yeah, let's get into the Andorra lineup. Gomez in goal for them. Gomez plays for FC Santa. I believe we've seen them one of the European competitions. Then San Nicolas, Levro, Garcia, Robio, Nada Garcia, Alves Puyol, Valles, Fernandez, and Servos. Definitely rotated than the usual lineup. Usually we will see the likes of Xavier Vieira, and Rubio also there. But there has been notable changes by Igor Bros since the at third place AFCON match where we finished, of course, third in the AFCON just over a month ago now. So yeah, I'm going to give you the names that started that game. Morena started that game. Mokwana did not start that game. Mokwena is there. Zulu is there. Tembezwane. Those are really the only three. And Moby, I believe, the only three guys that were part of that squad at that time. So yeah, very very refreshed squad. Be interesting to see what they deliver. Of course, Andorra have been long time since they won any competition or any match really. If I take it back, lost to Israel, lost to Belarus. Last time they won a match was, if I'm correct, last time they won was against Liechtenstein on the 22nd of September. So yeah, in the Nations League. So yeah, we should be winning this game. I'm really confident, of course. Still a bit scared with the lineup, but should
No Ronald
really
Williams in
be.
goal. There's a guy named Goss who's in between the sticks. How do you rate him?
I don't really know much about him. If I'm going, I believe he plays for. Oh, he plays for SuperSport United.
Ooh, big hitting
Interesting.
team.
Interesting. I thought they might have called up the Pirate Chiefs goalkeeper. But interesting. Yeah, I don't know much about him.
Of course, for myself and other children from the 80s, the name Goss is synonymous with the pop group named Bros, featuring Matthew, Kenneth, and Luke Goss, all three brothers. I call them 2 or 3 hit wonders, very big in the 80s and early 90s. Sort of faded out from the scene since then. At the moment, we're seeing highlights from games gone by, including England beating Italy at Wembley. Harry Kane, of course, banishing his penalty demons and scoring another one past Gianluigi Donnarumma, one of the most overrated goalkeepers in world football today. 6'5" lug, doesn't move at all well. And He'll never compare to the other legendary GG, Senor Buffon. So when's kickoff, Hannah, for you lot?
In 15 minutes.
Okay, so that would be 9 o'clock UK time, right?
Yeah. Venezuela. Of course, Italy also taking on Venezuela at the same time. Venezuela.
We got Mr. B, who remembers Bros very well. Great goal by Neco Williams. Wish we could get him at the Bs and send Reguilon back so that many people doing a watch long. So many people doing watch long for this, but this is the best one, of course. Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah.
Love always.
Yeah, for that, Mr. B.
I'm surprised that people are doing a watch along, but obviously there is a huge Nottingham Forest Liverpool contingent, a few others as well. Not too many of the big YouTubers have been taking an interest in this, but we are obviously, and I'm really glad that you've hopped on. And just a reminder, Mr. B, we will be doing a watch along for England against Brazil on Saturday, and on Tuesday it will be England against Belgium, which happens to be my birthday. So hopefully England can get me some delicious Belgian chocolate in the form of a win. And it should be easy because Thibaut Courtois will now definitely not make the Belgian squad for the Euro Championships, having injured his the meniscus in his knee, in addition to an ACL tear. It looks as though his best days are slowly but surely coming to an end. Will we ever see him play again? I don't know. It's a very tragic thing, really, for any player, much less a goalkeeper. We do send him his full recovery. Leandro Trossard, of course, will be in the squad, as will several other well-known names. And I'm sure that Stepsy will be quite delighted to see that Kaminski will be starting for Belgium ahead of Sells and one or two others. You've got advertisements for WrestleMania. Ugh, meh. As you can see, I'm not too fond of that nonsense. But we're still not quite back yet at the... Yes, we are back now at the Cardiff City Stadium. So I will change the banner. Another reminder that about 10 minutes from now, we will be kicking off, obviously, for Bafana as they play against Andorra. But second half, Wales leading 2-1. They were coasting, really, before Timu Pukki came and poached a goal. And that was really a Pucker goal, poacher's goal from Pukki. As a Pucker pie. I do love my pies, but I'm more of a Mr. Kipling type person. And Wales have just kicked off, and they're attacking from right to left as they try to wrest back the advantage, the 2-goal advantage they lost so dramatically before the end of the first half. Ampadu passing it back to Jordan James. Joe Rodon getting it back to Danny Ward. And it looks as though Wales have gone with a back three with Williams overlapping and playing as more of a wing back. And that will be a Wales free kick for a high hand ball. And Tenyo there, the guilty party. And Istvan Kovac there trying to restore a little bit of order. Joe Rodon, of course, coming up, as is Davies. And no changes made by either team at half time. I was saying that maybe it would be better if Finland removed one of their attackers and brought on a midfielder. but that goal might have changed the dynamics. Beautifully chipped in free kick, and Wales have... Yes, they have taken the lead. Brennan Johnson. And that's exactly what you want. Once again, more pandemonium in the Finnish defence, unable to clear their lines. And Brennan Johnson stealing through unmarked to restore Wales' 2-goal advantage. And it is now game on. Well, certainly no offside there. Beautifully chipped free kick in. Well flighted, of course. Brooks mishitting that, but the defence clearly appealing for an offside. I don't think this is going to be checked, though. And I think the celebrations were somewhat muted, more muted than expected. But seriously, this is just ball watching from the Finnish defence. You've got to play to the whistle. And the decision really, I think Aulio there, the right back, was just caught ball watching and napping. Both, in fact. And Finland are now once again staring down the barrel of a 2-goal deficit. Just what they did not need. It was bad enough to concede in the first 3 minutes of the first half. Conceding in the first 2 minutes of the second is even worse. A needless free kick. Dreadful defending. But can Finland find their way back? A long ball sent forward. Does Hakans keep that in play? Yes, he does. Hakans up against Connor Roberts now. And pretty poor attempt there by the number 21, and he should be right to be brought off. And David Brooks now charging through, but Tenyo has that covered. And Camera will help clean up. The Camera does, in fact, send it forward to Lod on the left, but Lod loses the ball. Appeal for a handball against Lod, but in any case, Wales do get the ball back. And a dreadful foul there, and that will be a free kick. And Finland once again at 6s and 7s. Quite simply, Wales are just too sharp, moving very quickly, and you just cannot in any way afford to be this slow. And that was Tenyo, in fact, who conceded that free kick. And he's got to be careful. Otherwise, he could find himself on the wrong end of a booking. And we will keep the ticker updated for any changes in scores elsewhere in other games. But I will also take the liberty of going through some of the new comments. It's Tuesday when we play Belgium, mate. And thank you in advance. If Real Madrid need a goalkeeper, you can have Kepa for 40 million. I'm not too sure they'd be interested in Kepa, given that he started as first choice, but ended up being dropped. And that is a yellow card, in fact, for Tenyo, who conceded the free kick that led to the goal and has now conceded yet another free kick. And we see the Finnish manager taking notes. Obviously, there will be some changes made. Apparently, Flecken is playing for the Netherlands against Scotland, apparently. It'll be interesting to see who plays against the Netherlands. They've picked 4 goalkeepers for the squad, Robbie McCrory not being one of them. And it looks as though, as we clock the 50-minute mark, it is now Wales 3, Finland 1. And it looks as though Finland might be making a change anyway. Free kick taken. And Finland once again cannot clear their lines. Connor Roberts there finds his way. Sends it to Mepham. But this time, the defense stands strong. Even of their clearing up any possible blushes. I won't. But Finland now staring down the barrel. And Wales are on the attack. They are relentless, are the Red Army. But with shots like that from Brooks, they are also equally thoughtless. Shouldn't complain, though, with about 39 minutes to go. They are... Look, I think it's fair to say that with Hakan's being on the floor, Johnson was effectively played onside, so no need for a check. This is comical defending, really, from Finland. I mean, comical's a bit harsh, but definitely clumsy. Definitely clumsy. Chocolate eggs. Oh. Are they perhaps the cream egg from Cadbury's? I'd definitely like to know, how do you do it? Ampadu. And that is cut away by Alio. And it finds Pookie, who took a little bit too long and ends up having his pocket picked by a combination of Rodon and Neko Williams. But the referee, Kovac, has awarded a finish free kick. Saw something he didn't like there. And we are just about to kick off against Andorra. We see a bandaged Kiefer Moore for some reason. Not too sure he'll be needed. Certainly would be brought on as a target man, much like Niall Quinn was for the Republic of Ireland back in the day. Now, of course, with his team enjoying a 3-1 lead, I don't think that'll be the case. And Poland have actually doubled their lead with Zielinski scoring on 50 minutes. So I'll just confirm that. Piotr Zielinski, that is. So we're all set for a Wales versus Poland showdown to see who will go through to the final stage. And Wales potentially ending...
Hold on. There's still time for a comeback.
Well, I'm sure you say that now, but the way Wales scored their goal, Finland have once again been the victim of their own clumsy defending at the back. And once again, they've got to build up, and Wales will do everything they can. And with sloppy footwork like that from Finland, you can understand why. And Wales win the ball back. It is with David Brooks up against Hakans. And Hakans does win the ball back fairly, and so Finland can try and break forward. But Jordan James is there, but he doesn't impede him properly. And I do believe Kovac will reach for the card, and the number 17 will be booked. Still 2-1 between Iceland and Israel. Goodmanson on 39 minutes and Charles on 42 to send them in 2-1 ahead. Still goalless between Bosnia and the Ukraine. Still 4-0 between Greece and Kazakhstan. Georgia beating Luxembourg 2-0 in an earlier kickoff, but Luxembourg, quite frankly, in my opinion, were robbed, really, because they scored a beautiful equaliser, only for that to be chalked off retroactively for a foul near the Luxembourg penalty area, which led to a sending off of their defender. But the Georgia attacker was, in fact, pulling the shirt of the Luxembourg captain. So Luxembourg robbed of what would have been a fairy tale win. And no problem for the Wales fairy tale, as after doing some work trying to get through to defence, Hakans takes a weak shot at goal and Ward stands up, and it's effectively catching practice for the Leicester City number 3. So Georgia through to their playoff final. And personally, having seen that sequence of play between Georgia and Luxembourg, I seriously hope that Georgia get thrashed. But we're about to kick off now. Hanno, you can take over commentary duties if you like.
About to kick off in a few minutes. Last few words given in the team huddle. Big stadium, few fans, not many fans at the stadium. Kickoff is going to be soon, of course. I'll update the scores on this and pop it up now and then if there's a goal.
Okay, thank you.
And kickoff.
Thornton's eggs are good too. I mean, I don't remember having one. I was always more a fan of the Cadbury's stuff. Short pass from Pookie, and referee plays advantage with Alio, now sending that all the way across the field to Hakan's on the left. Hakan's guilty of an awful miss in the first half. And looking a little bit out of sorts, really, the number 21 finds Lod in the penalty area, he passes it out. It is with camera now, and just that lack of quality in the final third as it runs straight to the Wales defence like a train hitting the buffers, really. But Alio with a chance to win the ball back, and he does so magnificently from Neco Williams. Sends it into the penalty area, but I believe it was Pojan Palo who headed that away, and that will be a Wales goal kick. Well flighted, but Pojan Palo with his trademark flying hair sent that ball flying beyond the goal line. And so how's the play between your lot and Andorra?
Just kicked off. Nothing much happening so far.
Should be an easy win for South Africa. Sorry.
Technical difficulties.
What do you mean?
I think it's technical difficulties at the stadiums. In Andorra one and with the Wales one on my end.
Okay, well, fortunately, nothing on my end with Wales. They're still playing perfectly. I think it might be your broadcaster that's having a few problems. Camera. He's surrounded by a sea of red, but eventually the ball finds its way back to Hradecki, who clears it. Only as far as Chris Mepham, and Rodon passes it all the way back to Ward. Wales, of course, enjoying playing in a back three now. Ethan Ampadu pretty much adopting the role of defensive central midfielder. And Pookie was bearing down on Ward there, but Ward eventually was able to clear his lines well enough. Something that Aaron Ramsdale could not do against Brentford. And that's why he'll be sold this summer. I'm not going to be too cruel to the bloke. I will wish him well at his new club. But this is going to be a warning to him. You do have talent and ability, but you need to become a lot more serious with your attitude.
Still got technical difficulties on my end.
Yeah. And do bear in mind, Mr. B, that obviously there are a lot of Anglo-South Africans living over there of British stock. So obviously also a lot of European descendants living in South Africa. So the traditions are still very much alive. Easter eggs, going to church on Easter Sunday, practically everything. I think the one thing they don't have is Pancake Day. And as we clock the hour, Wales have made a substitution. The first goal scorer, David Brooks, has gone off, and it will be the on loan Ipswich striker from Bournemouth, Kiefer Moore, coming on. Heavily bandaged around his head, and he will be expected to be a nuisance around that Finnish penalty area, as if the Finns didn't have enough trouble dealing with the Wales attack as it is. What a substitute to bring on. And it's the nature of how dominant Wales have been that they haven't bothered to make any other real substitutions. Brooks might be tiring a little bit, but a deserved standing ovation there for the Wales number 7. Continuing his magnificent recovery from cancer, all the chemotherapy that went with it. He is back in remission and back with a bang. But Finland now have to try to produce a bang themselves, otherwise they could be out. And a possibility here, back into the penalty area, but Mepham was there to clear the danger. But it tamely rolls out to Glenn Kamara. up against Jordan James. Peltola.
And
that is
Bosnia
straightforward.
have taken the lead against Ukraine.
Yes, I'm just seeing that now.
And it's 4-1 to Portugal.
And we very nearly had a goal over here for Wales, but Harry Wilson sending that wide. And really, they're just toying with the Finns at the moment. Extremely sharp on the counter, cutting in beautifully, but just couldn't get the bend he wanted with that left foot of his. And so it looks as though Zinchenko and company might be going out unless they can find an equalizer. And I don't know if these games are going to be going to extra time if they finish in a draw. And Wales are claiming a free kick, but that's not forthcoming. And Finland can now go forward through Lod. And Hakan's on the left wing. Lod back to camera. And Peltola now. Back to camera. Sending it forward to Lod. Hakan's. Lod again. Through to Peltola this time. And trying to find Lod with the pass, but it was a bit too fast for him. And you can see there the sloppy passing and the poor, play with the ball really has what let Finland down tonight. Not to mention their own clumsy and comical defending. Wales, on the other hand, have looked sharp and focused and determined. I keep saying that repetitively, but that won't stop it from being true. Mepham.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
What happened?
Finally, technical difficulties are finished, and I can confirm somebody has taken the lead in the game. Andorra 1, South Africa 0.
Oh boy. Not what you'd want as a Bafana fan.
Andorra 1-0 up. 7 minutes in.
So it looks as though Goss in goal might experience a loss. And Finland now. Pukic getting the ball and shaking off. He shook off Mepham magnificently, but just couldn't find the pass. And, he sinks to the turf, and that pretty much says it all. It has not been his night tonight. And Allo at the other end has got to try to stop an attack from Wales, and he does so fairly effectively. But Finland still can't quite clear their lines. They do, however, win a free kick for a rather reckless challenge there on Ivanov. And it will be Harry Wilson who goes into the book. Harry Wilson running in. Thinks himself flash Harry,
what's
perhaps.
embarrassing? You know what's embarrassing? England being in the national Uefa Nations League B, not even A, B League. Now that's embarrassing.
Yeah, and this is why I say no taunting, no snide, no banter. This is ridiculous. Let's do better, people. Oh, a possibility here for Finland, but once again, the Wales defence standing tall. And
to be fair, Stephen, if I went through the lineups and it's only our lineup, I think it's 3 players that was in the squad that played in the AFCON, so it's all new team, giving new players chance to play together.
I can tell you right now that Finland are on the attack. A throw. We're going to see what transpires here. And it looks as though Mepham and the referee are having a bit of talking to, and Davies, the skipper, trying to urge a bit of calm. So Aaron Ramsey hasn't been needed tonight, but his services will be required when they play Poland. 66 minutes on the clock, 24 minutes plus stoppages to go. Corner to be taken by Lod. In swinging. And that is headed out for what looks like another corner. Chris Mepham there doing the work. And I'm sure my Bournemouth supporting friend Chris Beasley will be very delighted to hear that Mepham, Brooks, and Moore were involved tonight. Corner from Lod headed harmlessly away by Kiefer Moore there with his red bandage. Might have sustained a slight injury in training, maybe, but no substitutions for Finland yet, which is a bit of a surprise. And I think the coach will have to really, get to work on that, because Wales are just looking so much sharper and not at all tentative on the ball like Finland are. Yep, Chris Mepham, another former Brentford player. And I know what you're thinking, Mr. B. You lot are the breeding ground for future international stars. Throw to Finland there.
South Africa on the attack. Just like I say. Chance. Oh, that's an awful shot. Flippy, yeah.
Was it as awful as Hakan's miss earlier on in the game? And that could very well be a Finnish free kick in the same area from where Wales scored their second. And no, it isn't actually. Hakan's has just been booked for diving.
Worse
not
that.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look at this replay. Roden there, clearly falling over. No sign of contact there. And his night was already bad. It's now gotten even worse. And so what will the Finnish manager do? His team are 3-1 down. They need 2 goals to somehow force something out of nothing here. And it's Hadzikadunic who has put Bosnia 1-0 up. So Zinchenko and company could very well be going out of European qualification as it stands.
Free kick to Andorra. Played up there. By 1. Free kick to Andorra in attacking position for them. Another chance for Andorra, but this time it's wide. Luckily. So if you just join, Wales are 3-1 up against Finland in the Euro qualifying, and Andorra are currently beating South Africa again in a friendly in Algeria. It is a heavily rotated squad for Bafana. Bafana should still be beating Andorra. Andorra, who haven't won a game of football since the 22nd of September 2022.
Oh boy, 1.5 years. And we've already clocked 70 minutes here at the Cardiff City Stadium. It's Wales 3, Finland 1. And Finland have actually had a lot more of the possession. Kiefer Moore in the penalty area. But not the best of shots there. And a more comfortable than expected save for Hradecki.
3-0 Poland. So Poland now, well and truly through to the next round. Of course, you've still got Italy and Venezuela kicked off at the same time as Andorra against South Africa, still 0-0. Can't keep that ball in. Look out for goal kick for Andorra.
It was the number 6, Jakub Piotrowski, who put them 3-0 up. But a huge update, and not a good piece of news for Aston Villa fans, is that Matthew Cash came on for Frankowski at half-time, but ended up going off after 56 minutes in what looks like an injury. So he will need to recover quickly for Aston Villa's games this Easter weekend. So big problems for Unai Emery's team now. And a foul there on Neco Williams, and Radecki's had a difficult night tonight. He hasn't been beaten in the Bundesliga with Leverkusen this season, but he's staring at the prospect of a very heavy qualifying defeat, which would have been 4-1, but for a very strong, solid left hand and what was really a poor strike from Kiefer Moore. And a substitution for Wales, I believe, is their first.
Again. Fantastic bit of goalkeeping from the Andorra keeper. Really done well. They two powerful shots straight at him, and then all that he almost saved back into dangerous area. Proactive and punches it away from goal.
Okay, and I can confirm that Wales have just made a substitution. Daniel James of, I believe he's playing for Leeds on loan from Fulham, I believe, has come on for Brennan Johnson. And Finland have made a couple of substitutions. The hard-working Robin Lod has been brought off for Oliver Ant-Man. Could Ant-Man be Finland's new superhero? And Rasmus Schuler, the number 11, has been brought off for the number 14, Can Karinen. So at the moment, Ant-Man's first rescue act will be to stop this Wales corner from going in.
And, could we see Bosnia qualify even further for the Euros, as they are currently leading Ukraine 1-0?
Yeah. We'll find out, of course, who they end up playing in the final. Booking there for Chris Metham. Apparently, Kovac saw something he didn't like. But Neco Williams with his right foot. Swinging in. And once again, it found its way to a Wales attacker. But for some reason, it just was allowed to effectively P-roll to Radecki. And I think the game's starting to peter out a little bit. And I don't think the substitutes of Finland will have enough time to really make themselves heard. So Wales and Finland have both made 2 substitutions each. Finland's one, of course, was a double substitution. And confirmation, of course, that Poland's expected victory has come at a cost to them and also to Aston Villa, with Matthew Cash going off 11 minutes after coming on as a half-time sub. Hopefully the injury will not be too serious as to affect Aston Villa's chances. They do have a game this Easter weekend, and I will find out who they play. Do they have a game this weekend? Yes, they do. They host Gary O'Neill's Wolverhampton Wanderers on Saturday at 5:30 p.m. GMT. So, well, effectively, Cash does have something like a week or so to recover, but still, you do not want to see yourself getting injured on international duty.
Cleared by Andorra once again. Andorra doing really well defensively. Number 14 for Andorra now goes down. Is a red card in their game against Iceland, and Poland now 5-0 up. becoming
Poland in the penalty area, Finland in the penalty area, but Wales once again clearing the danger fairly effectively. Who got sent off?
We'll tell you now. Roy Ravino for
whom?
Israel.
So Israel could be already under the cosh, and we see another double substitution being made for Finland. It's number 19, Kelman, and the number 9, Fredrik Jensen coming on, and we'll find out who they're replacing. And it looks as though Kelman is coming on for Pojanpalo. Not a very effective game tonight for the Finnish midfield, and he'll be coming off. Kelman to be coming on. And surprisingly, it's Timo Pukki who's gone off for Finland to be replaced by Fredrik Jensen. So I don't know if this is damage limitation or pretty much throwing the kitchen sink at Wales. Could be a bit of both, maybe. And you can see the pained look in Pukki's eyes. Scored the goal, which he thought had put Finland back on track, but 2 minutes into the second half, they were effectively stopped in their tracks, and Wales have effectively slowed the game down while also providing more chances of their own on the counter. And this is why Wales, if they qualify for the tournament, they will be a threat. And Arlo forced to clumsily concede a corner there. And seriously, their footwork and their ball play has been really, really abysmal. Atrocious, one would say.
Oh, so close for Bafana, but a deflection leads it to going off target.
Williams with the corner, swinging in. And does that cross the line? I believe it has. And so is the stand-in captain, Ben Davies, who powers home another beautifully flighted corner from Neco Williams. And that is it. Cash strapped. Fell into a ring of fire. I hope he recovers. But at the moment, Wales are in the playoff final against Poland. It will be poor defending there. And I think Hradecky, not really his finest moment, not able to prevent the ball from completely crossing the line. I think he got a hand to it there, but just couldn't stop it from going over. And so it's certainly not going to be credited as a Hradecky own goal. But with that, Wales are home and dry, and they will look forward to a date with destiny as they come up against Robert Lewandowski's team, who have scored 5 against an Estonia team that quite literally have themselves been put to the sword tonight. And so that's 4 substitutions made by Finland. Well, they are checking the goal, though. Ooh, and the referee has seen something he does not like. I mean, the VAR department have seen something they don't like. We're going to find out if this could be disallowed for maybe a possible, I don't know, a foul on the goalkeeper, maybe. Or maybe it was a case of one of... Well...
It's in! 1-1, equaliser.
Well, huge drama here. The Welsh goal has been disallowed. I don't think this will be useful for Finland because they still need to score 2 goals to at least force a tie of sorts. Not too sure why it was disallowed. Maybe for it could very well be that one of the Welsh defenders was holding back a Finnish defender, preventing him from doing anything. So
offside, says
Hradecky
Mr.
spared
B.
a few blushes, perhaps. Offside? Not too sure, though.
Oh, big deflection. A massive deflection to get it in to the goal. Massive deflection of the number 5 of Andorra to lead it in to the far post.
Yeah, I think the verdict could very well be that it was offside, although we still weren't quite told the verdict. But Wales, clearly angered by that, now want their 4th goal. It is Dan James on his own up against Tenyo. And glancing headed towards Hradecky from Wilson, but catching practice really for the Bayer Leverkusen goalkeeper. The Finnish captain has not had a memorable game tonight, made some decent saves, spared the embarrassment rather of that 4th goal being given. It was disallowed, of course, but Finland still staring down the barrel of a 2-goal deficit with 7.5 minutes to go, plus stoppages. Of course, one more Finland goal could make things interesting, but I just cannot see that happening. And I think Wales have shown under Robert Page why they're an excellent tournament team. If you allow them to get on the front foot, they hit you really hard. They can sit back and soak up pressure magnificently and then smack you again on the counter. Tenyo. Alio. Back to Tenyo. And I think Finland might very well rue the fact that they've just haven't been at the races tonight in terms of their passing, their footwork, their ability to find a teammate, and also their comparative lack of quality in the final third. Timo Pukki's goal aside, they just looked a little bit sloppy. Ampadu, his 50th Welsh game has proved to be a memorable one indeed. And Neco Williams there being forced to clumsily give away a throw. And Finland once again proving to be a little bit too soft for their own good. And Dan James now running down the left. Desperate Dan, if you will. And Hradecky is able to hold on to that despite an on-rushing Wales attackers' best intentions. 6 minutes to go plus stoppages. Wales 3, Finland 1. It was momentarily Wales 4, Finland 1, but Ben Davies' goal was chalked off for an offside. And Wales should be able to get through, but they will have to face Poland and Robert Lewandowski in the playoff final. And that will be a Finland free kick. Some respite there. Ivanov taking a bit of a knock. I think he knows, as do his teammates, that they've been second best tonight. And Cash's injury woes will not be good news for Aston Villa, as I've said. They could only draw against West Ham when they had the chance to stretch their advantage over Spurs to 5. As it is, they're 3 points ahead of Spurs with a goal difference of +1. But Spurs do have a game in hand. And who do Spurs play? Luton Town, also on a Saturday at the Tottenham Stadium.
Nice bit of play.
Oh, a chance here for Wales. Dan James running through. And that should be Wales' 4th. Finland have been ripped to shreds. And Wales's finishing has been top class. Dan James on 86 minutes. They're not disallowing that. And we are going to, of course, give the build-up there. Ampadu's father, Kwame, the one-time Arsenal player, applauding in the stands. Of course, a former Ireland youth international back in the day. And a dreadful, dreadful piece of dilly-dallying there. Dan James putting Tenyo under pressure. The number 15 has been absolutely awful tonight. Oblivious to James's presence. Rounding Kradecki. 4-1 Wales. Poland, better watch out.
And it's an equalizer. A late equalizer for Ukraine.
Woo-hoo.
85th minute equalizer.
And I can tell you also that Iceland are 4-1 up on Israel. The game, of course, being played in Hungary at the Ferenc Stadium in Budapest. A hat-trick for Gudmundsson. Goals in the 83rd and 87th minute. And with that, the Israeli campaign is over. Shalom, Israel. It was nice knowing you. Yaremchuk on 85 minutes. And so back to Cardiff, you see the Wales fans are singing, "Together Stronger" is their motto. With this sort of play, they don't fear anyone, but they do have the small matter coming up against Robert Lewandowski and Poland. And it was, in fact, Matvienko own goal. I believe that has been amended for Bosnia. It was a Matvienko own goal. But Yaremchuk sparing his team's blushes. And so if this game does, in fact, end in a draw, I wonder if they're going to go straight to a penalty shootout. I can't see them playing extra time.
Close here from Bafana. But the block leads to a corner.
And we are coming up into the last minute of regulation time at the Cardiff City Stadium. If there are any more substitutions to be made, yep, a final one for Wales. Harry Wilson to be coming off. And the number 23, Nathan Broadhead, will be coming on in his place. A fine night for the Fulham midfielder / winger. A big part of Wales' play tonight.
And I can confirm Ukraine have snatched it late on. 2-1.
Well, that answers my question. It's not going to go to either penalties or extra time then. We'll find out who the goal scorer is. Artem Dubvik, of all people. And Finland once again trying to create an attack, but nothing doing. And now it's Dan James, the super sub who scored that fourth goal, is running further, but this time the Finnish defense holds firm. They do, however, concede a free kick as we go into 5 minutes of stoppage time. If this Wales team
game ended 5-0.
Yep, damage limitation for Kazakhstan, really. Yeah, Poland 5, Estonia 1. And Vetkal with a consolation goal on 78 minutes after Szymanski completed the scoring. So no goals for Lewandowski, but he won't mind that at all. He did have an assist for the third goal, though. And it's been increased to 6 minutes of stoppage time there. And as Hanno has confirmed, Greece beating Kazakhstan 5-0. They were 4-0 up at half-time, and they did go on to score another goal. An unfortunate own goal from Marochkin. So Kazakhstan doing well to limit the damage, but eventually going down 5-0. Iceland stopping Israel's campaign cold. And it looks as though Iceland could be involved in the playoff finals too. We're going to find out who they play. I do believe they will be playing the Ukraine. And as Hanno said, heartbreaking indeed to concede goals in the 2 goals in the last 5 minutes after working so hard to go 1-0 up. Really, really sad. But it's answered my question as to what could possibly happen in that game if it does stay equal. It hasn't stayed equal because Ukraine have snatched it. Finland hoping for a consolation. Not going to get it. Joe Rodon there stepping up quite brilliantly. But I'll tell you what, it's quite worrying that Lewandowski wasn't on the score sheet tonight because this Poland team will be imperious. Let me tell you that. As confirmed, the winner of the clash will play the winner of the Poland-Estonia game, and I think it's fair to say that those games have been decided. It will be Wales against Poland for a place in the Euros. And we've already played 3 minutes of the 6 minutes of time added on at the Cardiff City Stadium. Danny Ward hasn't really had a save to make tonight. He will be disappointed to have conceded that goal from Pukki, but apart from that, his defence have held firm. He could easily be sitting on a sofa with his pipe and slippers. Like the artful dodger picking the defender's pocket, you bet. Desperate Dan. Dangerous Dan. Yeah, he clearly ran himself into the ground, and I think he deserves a bit of a rest, as do several of their players. But they've stood up to a man magnificently tonight. And an update from the Portugal-Sweden game. It is 5-2 Portugal. So Sweden obviously being put to the sword, but scoring a couple of goals in return. I think Rui Patricio in the Portugal goal might not want to look back on those 2 goals with any real happiness. Of course, having long since been supplanted as number 1 by Porto's Diogo Costa. And Hanno, any updates from Andorra? I mean, Algeria.
No, still 0-0. Sorry, not 0-0. Still 1-1, but we're having most of the possession.
Yeah, yellow card there for Kiefer Moore. Not really much now. I think Finland look resigned to their fate. If they can grab a consolation, at least they can walk away with some pride. A chance here for a possible consolation, but Kalman there, the substitute, not able to put it into the net. But the other substitute there, Ant-Man, very nearly being a hero with a fine pass, and Ward beaten hook, line, and sinker. But thankfully for the Leicester City number 3, the ball went past him and the post. And a smile there for Johnson. Along with Brooks and company. And Robert can definitely turn the page on this match. On to the next. Wales against Poland. And there is, of course, a large Polish diaspora living in Wales at the moment. So you can predict that there will be a lot of passion and divided loyalties. And Tenyo capping an awful night there by having his knee going right into Kiefer Moore's head. Kiefer Moore had already been bandaged prior to coming on, don't forget. If Tenyo does get sent off, it'll just add to his agony. Well, I can confirm that, and once again, apologies for the mental flatulence with the scoreline, but I can tell you that the full-time score from the Cardiff City Stadium, Wales 4, Finland 1. And this is confirmation. Wales thrash Finland 4-1, and they will meet Poland in their playoff final to qualify for Euro 2024. A thoroughly professional display from the Welsh tonight. Smiles and hugs all around. Imao Hid being sung in the stands. Together stronger is their motto. They finish the game stronger. They go marching on together. Poland, better watch out. And obviously, the ticker is, of course, going on. Italy and Venezuela are still playing, but in the games that have just been completed, I will confirm the score lines. And we are, of course, deep into stoppage time between Bosnia and the Ukraine. Still technically some time for the Bosnians to try and rescue this game. But I can tell you that, according to the ticker, Poland have, in fact, beaten Estonia 5-1. No goal for Robert Lewandowski, but 5 others on the score sheet. Estonia, of course, having a man sent off before gaining a consolation in the 78th minute after Poland had finished their scoring. Israel being thrashed by Iceland in Hungary to the tune of 4-1. Obviously, Israel are playing their international games away from Israel due to the ongoing situation between Israel and Palestine. And Iceland pretty much putting Israel's ambitions firmly on ice. You could say that Israel have been frozen in a way. And all I can say to Israel is let it go and try and qualify for the World Cup. And Greece, thrashing Kazakhstan 5-0. That's confirmed. And of course, I will, of course, put this banner up. Luxembourg robbed by that controversial decision. They were trailing 1-0 and had scored a wonderful equaliser through Fernandez, only to see that retroactively chalked off for a foul at the other end that resulted in the sending off of Luxembourg defender Chamot. But the Georgia attacker who earned the foul had actually pulled the shirt of the Luxembourg captain Laurent Jans. So Georgia will be through to play Greece in the playoff final as it stands. And it goes without saying that I hope the Georgians will get thrashed and that Greece will end up going through. And that will be a fillip for Greece, who haven't had too much to shout about in sporting circles. And an invitation for you, Mr. B, if you would like to come on and have a chat. Hannah will still be here to talk about the Andorra South Africa game, but at the moment, my work is done. And confirmation, of course, that on Tuesday, my birthday, Wales will be playing Poland. I will, of course, be focusing on England against Belgium, but or else we might decide to cover Wales against Poland and provide updates from England against Belgium. As a Luton fan, Stepsy, you'll be quite happy that Kaminski should be starting for Belgium against England ahead of Sells and Belgium's other goalkeeper. Iceland winning 4-1. And Italy have taken the lead against Venezuela, and that has, of course, been updated on the ticker. So
full time Ukraine 2, Bosnia 1.
Yeah, heartbreaking indeed for the Bosnians. So that's the final result confirmed. So as far as the playoff finals are concerned, it will be Poland against Wales, Ukraine against Iceland, and Georgia against Greece. And all these games, I do believe, will be played on a Tuesday. I will just confirm. Yep, all to be played on a Tuesday. And should be fun matches indeed. Other international friendlies, of course, will see the likes of will see the Republic of Ireland play against Switzerland, Germany against the Netherlands, England against Belgium, Scotland against Northern Ireland. So Spain against Brazil too, and Algeria will be playing South Africa on that day. So if it is Tuesday, it must be international football, and we should be covering as many of those games as possible on the Coach's Corner, if Hanno will agree. And yeah. But as far as tonight is concerned, a really good night for Wales tonight. Very professional performance. They were focused, motivated, very sharp. They caught the Finns out cold. And without the Finns, they were unable to swim. They certainly weren't able to fly. And while their European hopes are grounded, Wales march on for a date against Poland and Robert Lewandowski. Should be fun. And the other playoff finals will certainly be heavily contested affairs. The friendlies as well will also be something special indeed. I will be keeping my eye on the England game, but you do not want to miss this action. But if anyone would like to come on and have a chat with Hannah, you're more than welcome to do so. But as for yours truly, I will be signing off because it's about 3:15 in the morning my time. I need to sleep. I have a big day tomorrow. So from me, the co-host, I hand you back to our main host, the host with the most, and say farewell to thee, goodbye and God bless to all of you. And I am out.
Cheers, Manny. Thank you for joining. Yeah. Here we are. First half, 1-1 so far. 1-1. Ooh, equalizer by Venezuela. Okay. Yeah, Stephen, do check out Instagram DM. That will be good. Miss B, if you want to come on, you can also. So yeah, and that's half time. Half time. Time Andorra 1, South Africa 1. Andorra took the lead early on. Then it was series of attacks after attack, and then finally Bafana scored. Huge deflection, took it past the Andorra goalkeeper, but a goal is a goal. I think it's registered as an own goal. I don't know. Just wanna see. It's not registered as an own goal. Okay. I see Manny's back.
Yeah, just came back a little bit briefly, but for something else.
Okay, no worries. Okay. No. That's fine. So yeah, off time. Yeah, after our goal been pretty much dead. So yeah. Yeah, after our goal been really just nothing really else happening. Really. So yeah. But let's see. So yeah, there is the confirmed matches. playoff finals: Poland versus Wales, Ukraine versus Iceland, Georgia against Greece. So Greece might qualify. Um, Wales will qualify. Ukraine should qualify, and Greece should qualify. I think Iceland are in with a shout. Really, they are in with a shout, but who knows? Who knows? But let me know what do you think will qualify from that group, from those games. Um, yeah. Mm, well, it's been it hasn't been the best game, really. Yeah, yeah, Beatrice so Steven. Um, yeah, mm, yeah. I'm also glad. Poland, Ukraine, Greece. Yeah, I have that. Wales. Oh no, sorry. I have Wales, Ukraine, Greece. Wales, Iceland, Greece. Ooh, Iceland. Okay, okay. So even if you can't watch the game, you can join because this is going to be a long second half, I reckon. So even if you just want to keep me company, you can. So yeah, highlights of the Egypt Cape Verde match. Oh, um, let's see, is Italy shown? Being shown anyway? No. So yeah, but half time. I don't know really. 1-1. We should win this game. We should be able to win this one. Let's be let's be honest. We should be able to make it win of this. So yeah, well, let's see what happens. Lots of back passes. I don't even know how many back passes this has been like 20 or odd. Actually, maybe more. I reckon it will be those three. Maybe. I don't know. It will be tight. It will definitely be tight. I don't see Poland outscoring Wales. Uh, who knows? Yeah, anything can happen. I think the game I'm looking forward to the most out of those three is definitely the Iceland Ukraine one, because if Bosnia comes so close, I think Iceland have a chance in taking that game. And it would be massive for Iceland to qualify for the Euros. And is it to keep me company? Yes, Stephen. Behave yourself.
Big up, I know. Your company, I'll keep you company. I'll keep you company, buddy.
Yeah. What you saying? You're good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. I was listening to the commentary on Wales through the radio and stuff, and trying to get a bit of an idea how they played. Apparently, they really took the game to Finland and probably deserved to win. Apparently,
Yeah, I think it was easy after that second goal. If Williamson scored that free kick, scored a beautiful free kick, didn't score
mm,
that, different game.
mm.
And
I saw
if
Puk- I saw
Wales
I
don't,
saw that I saw that Pookie scored as well for Finland.
yeah, yeah. If well, if Wales don't concede so early, second half, I think they have a chance
Mm.
still to.
Poland will be difficult though. That's why I went for Poland, because I think they're a different proposition to Finland. I mean, Poland are renowned for getting through. They're like a scrappy sort of team that managed to get to these big tournaments. They don't do nothing in the big tournaments, but they managed to get there. They're part of the part of the they'll be part of the uh, last 32 that go to the Euros.
Yeah, I get you. I get you on that.
I like Ukraine. I would like to see Ukraine get there. I really would, because I felt last time when they played Scotland, or did they play Scotland to qualify and didn't get through. or was it Wales? They played someone, didn't they? Was it Wales? It might have been Wales.
I think Wales.
Yeah, and they had the chance to go through, and Wales broke their hearts. That's when the war was really raging. And I wanted them to go through, but I just did the free kick now. Oh, great free kick from Williams. Is that Nico Williams?
Yeah, Nico Williams.
On loan from Liverpool.
Let me
I
check.
think he's on loan. He's at some club on loan. He's on loan for Forest from Liverpool, isn't he? They buy him. Because I saw him Saturday. Play. Obviously.
I think it's on a permanent deal.
Oh, is it permanent now?
I think it's permanent.
Because I know there's been a few places, and then I know you ended up at Forest, but I didn't know if it was permanent or not. Good player.
Definitely a good player.
Yeah, so he has a bit about him on Saturday. He knows how to play. He knows how to play the ball. I'm surprised they let him go. Really.
Yeah, second half about to kick off.
Come on, Bafana. I like saying that. Bafana. I like saying that. Is that actually their nickname?
Yeah.
That's actually their nickname. Okay. Where's this one being played? In Andorra?
Algeria.
Algeria. Oh yeah, I suppose that's fair. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, Andorra, okay, not too far away from there, and South Africa, obviously, in the same sort of vicinity as in Africa, so probably roughly about the same distance to travel. But that's fair.
Yeah. I think, of course, we're playing Algeria on Tuesday.
Oh, so you made the trip up there early?
Yeah, and I think some teams are there for some games in Algeria. I think some of the teams are there.
Did you qualify? Do you have you found out your group for the World Cup yet?
We haven't qualified yet. So
Have you started your group yet? Because I know we've got to start ours.
yeah, we've started our group.
Yeah, we have to start ours in after the Euros. We have to start ours in the winter, sort of November time. I think we have to start ours.
Yeah, we have started.
I mean, there's more teams in Africa, South Africa, and Africa. There's more teams. I mean, obviously we've only got like 4 teams in our group, or 5 teams or 4 teams in our group, and we only played twice, so it's not as rigorous as all the teams in in Africa. It's a bit the same in Asia. You got South Korea, China, Australia, New Zealand, Iran, all them playing the same group.
Let me get a quick way to find it. World Cup qualifiers. So Group A. Wait 1 sec. Let me. Okay. Is it plugged in? Okay, there we go. So, World Cup qualifier. So, Group A, it's only been 2 games played so far.
Uh,
Um, Group A, Egypt, Burkina Faso, Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone,
mm.
Ethiopia, Djibouti. Then Group B, Senegal, Sudan, DR Congo, Togo, Mauritania, South Sudan. And then Group C, Rwanda, South Africa, Nigeria, Lesotho, Zimbabwe, Benin.
Oh, you got a pretty nice group.
Uh,
Pretty
Group
nice.
D, Cameroon, Cape Verde, Libya, Angola, Mauritius, Eswatini.
Oh, interesting.
Group E, problem with the connection over there, so can't get signal to the game. So apologies for that. It seems like connection is gone again on that side. So yeah, but Group E, Morocco, Zambia, Niger, Tanzania, Congo, Eritrea, and then
Oh,
Group
Nigeria,
F,
Nigeria, Nigeria.
Ivory Coast, Gabon, Kenya, Burundi, Gambia, Seychelles.
Oh
Group,
yeah, I keep forgetting Seychelles are part of Africa. I keep forgetting they're that side.
then Group
Oh, I
E.
feel sorry for a team like Seychelles. Who they got playing for them? Bless. It's not exactly a pub. It's like an island. Seychelles. You would go there for a holiday. I don't know anyone that lives actually on Seychelles.
Yeah. Then
Oh,
Group G, Algeria, Botswana, Guinea, Uganda, Mozambique, Somalia.
Somalia.
Then Group H, Tunisia, Equatorial Guinea, Namibia, Malawi, Libya, and
Oh,
then
that seems a bit
another
easy
team.
for Tunisia. That seems a bit straightforward for Tunisia.
Then Group I, Comoros, Mali, Madagascar, Ghana, Central Africa, Central Africa Republic, and then there's a last team. Chad, and then Chad. We play Nigeria on the 3rd, 3rd of June.
For
We
June,
play
oh, so
Nigeria.
while we're over our Euros, you play your qualifiers.
Yes.
Fair enough.
So you're still a breaking transmission there of this game. We'll try and see if I can get an update
Who's the
on.
main star in South Africa at the moment? But seeing he's changed the team round, who's the main star they've got there now? Who's up for them now?
I can't tell you. No clue.
No clue.
Yeah.
You're still trying to work it out yourself.
Yeah. Still trying to.
Yeah, it's not good when they change the team all around. You're like, what's happened here?
I really hope. It's they show Algeria, South Africa on TV.
No, they will show
Because
it on your, they'll show it on your TV, surely.
it's going to be a quality game.
Mm.
Nigeria, South Africa, 3rd of June. That game will decide second place or first place, really.
Maybe did he draw 1-1 with Venezuela? Was that still going?
They are busy drawing.
Oh,
Yeah. They are busy
that could be a shock result.
drawing. Second half has started in that game. Second half has began, but there's no way to watch it because
The transmission's gone down in Algeria.
yeah. So we'll wait till that is fixed on their end.
Oh, it's not good for Hanno. He can't even commentate because he ain't got the team on.
Oh, it's back.
Oh, it's back. Is it back?
Yeah, it's
Is
back.
it still 1-1?
Yeah, still 1-0.
Oh, that's what. And you missed nothing.
Oh,
Yeah, we've got no
Got a-
coverage of football today.
forward team and headed away by Andorra. Forced to Bafana play. Tried to cross it back in. Came off, and number 5 of Andorra goes out for a corner. Ball whipped in, headed away by Andorra. Kicked back in, kicked out. Tried to launch an attack there, but now it's a counter attack here from Andorra. Looking for support from his teammates, the number 10. Finally, someone arrives. Good bit of play. Appeals for a free kick. And it's not given. Maybe a VAR check. Definitely, but he's falling into him, so I don't know. He's still down.
Oh, so the Football Union of Russia played today. They played Serbia and beat them 4-0.
Yeah, I don't know. What is that? Just Russia?
Yeah,
Or
it's like a committee of Russian players that have been selected by like the Federation of Russia that are not involved in any political conflicts or not part of the war. They pick them. When Russia played in the Olympics, they had the Olympic flag. It's pretty much the same for football. They're picked
yeah,
by the Federation of Russia Olympic Sports Committee, and then they're checked over by security checks and stuff, and then they're allowed to play.
yeah. I get it. I get that. Oh, it's an awful goal we conceded. So basically, the goalkeeper had it at his feet, and then he tried to get it out of his feet, and he kicked it straight into the Andorra player, and he kicked it into an open net.
Oh.
Still 1-1 in Italy, Venezuela. Oh, another break, I think. Frozen again.
I think Africa just needs to contain Andorra and try and counter them. I think that's the best thing for South Africa.
Thing is, we have most of the ball, so we just need to create opportunities, break them down.
Mm.
Um,
It's very different when you're playing a sort of European team against a sort of like the way Andorra plays like European football. So and South Africa play select African football. It's contrasting a contrast of different style of plays, but
yeah, definitely. Oh, we're bobbling around in the box. Send out wide, back in. Across the face of the goal, nobody there. And then a shot. Almost kicked out of the stadium.
England played Andorra a few times and beat them comfortably all the time. But I think Andorra I think most of their players are like part timers. I don't think they're
Yeah,
professional.
definitely.
Yeah, I don't think they're professional.
No, it's part timers.
So I think most of your players will be playing professional or in the South African League.
Yeah, most of them are in the South African League.
Mm.
Uh,
Playing for Kaiser Chiefs.
well, hey, don't diss my club like that.
That's my South African team, Kaiser Chiefs. That's my South African team.
Yeah, but
That's actually my team. I used to follow them.
let's see.
I didn't know they. I
So
didn't know
the
they.
goalkeeper is
I actually
from.
didn't know you. I didn't know you were your South African team, but I didn't know your South African team.
I'm going to tell you for do these guys play.
Let's get the clubs up now.
Mm, lots of these guys are Orlando Pirates players.
And the Pirates, okay.
Yeah, that's a shutdown. Oh, gets a good ball. Andorra. Ooh, what type of shot was that?
We can tell. Hannah doesn't like Orlando Pirates.
um, yeah, most of these teams are Orlando Pirates or one of the lower teams. No real Kaiser Chiefs players. the starting 11, and the player that got subbed on. Yeah, young, inexperienced group of lads. There's a few Sundowns players here or there, but not really many.
What's just about saying boy band?
I think it's
Kaiser Chiefs, yeah, Kaiser Chiefs, yeah. Yeah, they are, yeah, Kaiser Chiefs, yeah, they're a boy band there. Yeah, they sound Ruby, and I was it's right, but there's also it seems to have other called Kaiser Chiefs. They're spelled differently. They spell Kaiser with an S. Kaiser Chiefs in England pronounce it with Z, so that's the difference in the name. There you go, Joseph. You learned something new today.
Must just hurry up, like get that second goal. That's number 10 of Andorra. Looks dangerous. Who does he play? Yeah, Fernandez. Richard Fernandez. He plays for Indy Bilch. It's a football club in Slovenia.
In Slovenia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Slovenian football club. Okay, interesting. I guess it's close together. Slovenia and Andorra.
My geography is a little bit down. I don't think I've ever even thought there's a team, a league there. Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Excuse me. One of them days.
2 subs coming here for South Africa. And 3 for Andorra. Still 1-1 in the Italy-Venezuela game. I think that number 10 has now come off.
Rondon had his penalty save for Venezuela after 3 minutes, just in case you didn't know they had a penalty and they missed it. in the first
Okay.
half. In the first half, Venezuela missed a penalty in the third minute. So
Corner to South
it was
Africa.
1-5-2, and Gokares did score for Sweden. Obviously, like May said, that Gokares has been looked at by Arsenal. I'm not sure why, because he's only just
No.
signed for because this season. Just beginning of the season, he only just signed for Sporting Lisbon from Coventry.
Yeah.
I suppose everyone's got a price.
And I think his numbers are like really close to Nunes numbers.
I can see it. I
When
can probably
Nunes
see it.
in the Portuguese league.
Yeah, I can probably see it.
Another broken transmission, people. So that's good. Was good. So yeah, let me check. Let me check quickly the numbers. Darwin Nunes. Darwin Nunes. Not Wikipedia. Transfer market. Let's go. Goals. Let's go. Nunes goals.
I suppose they're going to be quite high. I should think.
Yes. All goals. Here we go. So Nunes has full season.
What?
Full season. He had 26 goals. In his one full season. 26 goals. 15 matches.
Is that
26.
Nunes?
Yes.
It's pretty good. 360 matches is pretty damn decent.
If you take all his games at Benfica, 20 matches, 32 goals. 21 matches, 32 goals. Was
Someone's got
at
to be looking at him.
Benfica.
Surely someone's got to be looking at him.
21 goals, 32 goals. That was Nunes. So let's take Victor. Okay, we're back with action. in our game. Victor
Victor Gyökeres.
Gyökeres. Victor Gyökeres. First full season at Sporting. Stats. All goals. How's it not 2-1? What's happened here?
Was that for you or for them?
For us?
Oh,
Ball played in. Played. Header, how do you miss? Keeper is as it's an open net. It's literally an open net at the back.
oh.
Stick header this time. Oh, cleared away again. Ball whooped in. And away shot into Rosehead.
Mm.
Okay, so we got all seasons, Sporting.
I think it's Gyökeres' first season because he signed from Coventry. Obviously, when they lost the
Yeah.
playoffs to Luton, he signed from that summer. So we're talking 2023 summer.
So, Nunes had, let me say, did I say all comps? All types. All
Nunes has got to be
types.
top. Obviously, Nunes has got to be top. There's no doubt about that.
So, Nunes, sorry, all types, including the League Cup and everything, the FA Cup and the Champions League, Benfica and Europa League, whatever, including all of that. Nunes, 32 goals. 32 matches, 48 goals.
Still pretty decent. It's still
Victor
someone's got to be.
Gyökeres, 25 matches, 36 goals.
Wow. So he's doing it as well.
So basically, it's really
Gyökeres
close.
tearing up the Portuguese league. He was okay Coventry. I think he was like 20, 22, 23 goals a season. But he scored 34 and he's only played 24 games. That's incredible. Wow.
It's on course to do what Nunes did.
Yeah, he is definitely on course to do what Nunes did.
Um,
Someone's got to be looking at Nunes as well. Surely someone's got to look at him. Just imagine when Enzo Fernandez was at Benfica before Chelsea signed him, what he was doing, him and Nunes was doing together. That would have been.
I don't think they were playing together.
No?
They won't. No. I think Nunes left the season Nunes signed. No.
Enzo is on this season for Chelsea.
No. Well, Enzo signed.
Summer 2023.
Nunes left in that summer. And Enzo signed in Jan, I think. For us, I think.
Enzo signed in summer 2023, just before the transfer window ended.
Yeah, but I'm thinking Benfica wise.
Because he signed Enzo Fernandez from Benfica for 105 mil, didn't they? You know this.
Yeah, but when did Enzo join Benfica? Some of 2022.
I think he's been there for quite most of his career, hasn't he?
No. I stayed for 6 months.
What, Enzo?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me tell you. I quickly figure it out. So July 22, 23, 22, 23, and Nunes transfers. So the season Enzo signed for Benfica. That's the season Nunes signed for Liverpool. That same summer.
Right, okay.
They were, I'm going to tell you
Enzo
now,
signed for Liverpool.
13 days apart.
Wow.
Um,
Okay.
so
Okay.
Nunes left the 1st of July, and Enzo left, was bought on the 14th of July. Oh,
And then Nunes came back.
well, four. No, Nunes didn't come back.
So who's he paying for? Who's Nunes paying for now?
Nunes is at Liverpool right now.
You remember? You remember about Darwin Nunes?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you said just another Nunes. Okay. Darwin Nunes was okay. Darwin Nunes was oh yeah, he was yeah. Okay, I'll see where you are now. Yeah, he's good, but it's strange, right? Because he put up great goals for Benfica,
that's what I'm comparing them. I'm comparing him and Gyökeres.
Well, forget comparing them for a minute. You think Nunes done runners at Benfica, but isn't doing it at Liverpool?
I don't know.
Strange.
Numbers don't lie. The numbers are really close.
No, they're really close. I'm just saying he's not doing it for Liverpool what he's done at Benfica, though, is he?
Yeah, that's a question. Does Gyökeres do it?
Well, we'll have to see because Gorka hasn't paid the Premiership yet. Obviously, he'll pay for Porto for the rest of the season, and we'll see if he does move in the summer. If he don't, he'll get another season support, and then he'll probably come to the Premiership. But he's still got. I mean, I'll see Gorka in the Premiership, see what he can actually do, because he's done it at Championship level. Obviously, he's done it at Portuguese level. Now he needs to come and test himself in the Premier League.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting when he does come, because I don't think it'll be long before he does actually come.
No, I don't think it will be long till it comes. So still 1-1. What's the Italy game saying? What's that score? Italy.
Not sure. Still 1-1, isn't it? I ain't heard nothing else.
It's 2-1 Italy.
Oh, is it 2-1 now? Okay.
2-1 Italy. Italy have taken the lead, people.
There you go. There you have it.
Corner to Andorra. 10 minutes to go.
10 minutes left.
Sorry, free kick to them. And yeah, not the best of choices there.
Retigal scored for Italy, both goals. There's like 6 or 7 minutes left. I think they get the same time as you. So you got about 9 minutes left. They've probably got about 9 minutes left.
Yeah, almost 8 minutes left. I think it ends in a draw.
Don't count. Don't count yourselves out. Yeah, Bafana could stack one. Good snatch one. That's what it was. Snatch. Yeah. Has it been close this second half of it?
We have come close, but
Well, that header at the back post they had.
almost played the ball there through the gap. Can we get a good delivery into the box? No, we can't, but it will be a corner. Ball obtained. Ball bubbles around. Cleared away. Played back to our keeper.
Breaking news: Harry Kane to miss England versus Brazil after ankle injury. Apparently,
So he won't play.
Harry Kane set to miss Brazil with an ankle injury.
Okay.
Apparently, so that's the latest update from the back pages. Yeah, please keep pushing them like buttons for Hanno and subscribe if you're new. There's a lot of content. Yeah, we know Saka's missing. Chelsea fan. It was Kane was the important one. We knew Saka would already earlier today. Saka was said that he was going back to Arsenal to get some treatment. So that one I knew, but Kane I've only just found out. Am I behind or am I behind on the Kane one?
No.
Yes, I agree. Cole Palmer should get game time on Saturday. But I think it'll be Watkins, to be perfectly honest with you.
Shot blocked. 2 minutes left of normal time. And that cross is not the best. And it's a goal kick. Can definitely see these guys have not played together in a Bafana shirt. And that they aren't the best we can offer. Definitely see that.
I think you've got a lot of improving to do before June when you take on Nigeria.
I think then he will select the proper squad, not these guys.
Let's hope so.
What's the Italy game saying? Two one. So 2-1,
So
ball bobbling around.
what was the
Shot.
reason?
Oh,
Oh,
what's happened?
what was the
Block.
reason Cody stepped down as captain today? What was the reason?
For what?
Cody, why did he step down as captain on the eve of the tournament, new season?
Oh, Dhoni. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think it's because it's his last season, just giving already passing down the
The captaincy, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I can understand that.
and
Sorry,
I
not
think
Cody
it
Donny.
takes less pressure off him.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Quick
Winding
hit,
down now.
quick
Winding
turn,
down now.
clear away. 4 minutes added on. 4 minutes for Bafana to grab a winner header straight into the hands of the goalkeeper.
So I know it's a bit of a treat stream, but I just wanted to make sure I understood what the reason was. You yawned, you're going to make me yawn. Like I can't see you, because if I saw you, I'd be yawning as well.
Long throw in. Seems like Andorra is going to go for a long throw in here.
now, Chelsea fan, you said South Africa to win 2-1. Now you're saying it's going to win 1-1. I like your optimism.
Two minutes left. Shot blocked. Played to the far post. Every touch allows Andorra to clear it away momentarily. Now Andorra going to try and hit on the breaker. They're not the best of skill there. 1 minute remain on the clock.
Oh, God, piss off, Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire wants Gareth Southgate to remain as England manager. No. Go away, Harry Maguire. Ugly bastard.
And it's a goal kick. Goal kick to Andorra. I think it touches the Andorra player, but whatever suits the ref. Guess.
What depends what the referee wants to add on.
And that's full time.
There you go.
Full time. Italy won. And it's a draw in this game. I think, knowing the fact that it was a much rotated squad, and that if you look at the goal we conceded, I think
Sloppy.
it has to come down to the goalkeeper's mistake. Because unfortunately, it wasn't a good bit of play or shot that led to that. It was a goalkeeping mistake that led to their goal. But we should still be beating Andorra. But yeah,
Like you said, Hanno, it was a
let's see,
mix.
man.
It was a mixed squad of new players and stuff. I think he's just trying out to see if there's any players that stand out that he could bring into the South African squad. Obviously,
Yeah.
on this performance, maybe not.
And I think it's also one to raise the guys that played in AFCON, because let's not forget that AFCON was only about a month ago.
Mhm.
Just more than a month ago, the AFCON was. So just giving those guys also breaks is important.
And
Yeah.
the ones that are in their Premier League sides as well, just giving them a break as well, giving them the rest that they need.
Yeah. But that's then the end of another stream, 3 hours long. And yeah. Socials are in the description below. Do check that out. So yeah, be up yourself, Joseph, and for joining.
Yeah, Chelsea fan. Bless.
I'll see you all.
See you the next one.
Good people. Cheers.